Should I do a little Axel Holland? Shall I? Shall I do a little Axel Holland? Shall I do a little Axel Holland, ladies and gentlemen? The ticket fee will be starting at $5. Thank you very much for joining in on Axel Syrios' Holland stream. Now, in order to access this stream, you would need to buy a ticket where they would go for $5 a minute. But you only need a minute to hear this Axel Holland story. Scamming us again. I ain't scamming. I'm fucking scamming. Okay, hear this then. Hear this then. Hear it first, and then if you think it's worthy about it, then you guys can pay for the ticket as a lore fun. Sweet. Remember way back in the days, or even recently, that or when I was in Japan as well, I've been talking to you guys about saying, hey, you know, we have this whole amazing lore that we can work on as TEMPUS. We're in this world called Elysium, you know, and we have so much cool lore. Like the lore about the Scourge, was it called? I forgot the curse that is going around, you know, cursing people and killing them and stuff. We have all this cool lore. The corruption, yeah. And I was like, I want to do something about it, you know, hopefully one day, and I've been talking about it, right? Hey, remember when I got to meet the bossman with my fellow blue guy? We met the big boss. Talked about it. I was like, hey, he's like, you know, was wondering if we could cook more with the lore and do stuff like this. And I was like, that's a really good idea, actually. For voice packs? Adding lore into voice packs? That's a really good idea. So then we don't have to always play around seasonal stuff when it comes to voice pack. Being like, hey, Valentine boyfriend. Hey, Christmas Santa Claus is robbing yo ass. I don't have to do none of that. Right? It's like, yo, you don't have to cater to season all the time. We can just be dropping voice packs once in a while, like an anime season. And I'm like, yo, you kind of cooking. And I was like, I know I'm cooking. So let's start actually get cooking. And it's like, that's a good idea. Manager-san, please get onto that. So, maybe in the future soon. Maybe in the future soon. We'll get it. Not too sure when, but I suggested it hard. So, stay excited. So that's why Armis has... I don't exactly know about the Armis one, because I never really got the... Because, you know, Armis is Armis. We don't really get to have a say in what their lore is going to be like. Well, for us, yeah, some spicy things may be coming up soon. And you'll figure out soon. Individually as well, I think we're going to have, like, our own stories. But yeah, like, it was kind of hard to push through. Like, I mean, it took me talking to the big boss himself, so... yeah. That was good info. Here's the bribe. Hey, see, I told you I've been cooking. I told you I've been cooking. Now, you know, obviously, I'll just say it's gonna be something about lore. I won't say what lore it's gonna be about, but it is about lore. And we're gonna be building up on it, you know. Maybe starting with episode 0, then, you know, all that kind of stuff. Or maybe it's like a side story, kind of. Right? Because let's just say, okay, let's just say then, oh, okay, Cover themselves wants to make a lore for us and story. So they don't want us to get too involved in the lore because it could, you know, cause like a fuck up. But I was like, hey, why don't we just, because I talked to, you know, Yagoo-san about this as well, saying that this could be a concern, right? Like, let's just say, you know, the team that created TEMPUS, right? Like, if they want to push out their own lore ever in the future, like, there could be a clash in lore, right? So if we want to ever prevent that from happening, I was like, there's these things called side story lores that you can do. Hey, my trustworthy, good old friend, Grand Blue Fantasy. How do they do it? They have their main story, but on the side they have side stories. And that is what a lot of people like, the side stories, right? And I was like, why don't we do that? And in the side story, you know, different lore gets revealed. Potentially new characters if they're added. And all that cool shit, so... I've been cooking. I was literally fucking being Walter White, man, in Japan. They call me the Heisenberg of fucking TEMPUS, bro, because of all the shit I cook. The lore voice packs, you know, I'm glad it was able to come to reality as well. I think I talked about it on stream when I went to when I went to Japan with, you know, the boys, me and Altair actually got to meet Yagoo-san, right? And remember I was saying, oh, you know, we're cooking something, we were pushing for something, but I can't tell you about it yet. Remember when I was talking about that? When I was like, oh, I can't tell you what we were pushing and asking Yagoo-san about. But I think now it's obvious. Now you guys get to see what it is, and it is lore voice packs. So where did it all begin? Actually, I've been pushing for lore voice packs ever since debut, day one, because I'm a huge fan of games like Grand Blue Fantasy and stuff, right? And those games, they have like the main story they already have, right? And then, but people don't really play the game for the main story exactly. They play it for the characters and for the side stories, right, that they have. And I was like, why can't we implement something like that into our voice packs, right? So, because I understand if we're like, hey, we want to do voice pack, but about lore, you know, management could potentially be like, oh, but, you know, management team already has this lore set for you guys, how you're a gladiator and you're like a doctor in this, and we can't really, you know, fuck around with that stuff. So I was like, well, okay, you don't have to exactly go with the main story route, right? We don't have to go with the main story, but we can go with some side story route. You know, TEMPUS, for example, going out for not camping, but oh, there's a dude called fucking Bill who runs the restaurant, who you know, is like the chef for the guild TEMPUS or whatever. Like once a week he comes to guild and he owns his own restaurant, but that motherfucker is in debt and he can't, you know, he can't fucking repay back, or like his restaurant's gonna close, and he's gotta fucking do something about it. So, oh, that's when Guild TEMPUS comes in to save fucking Bill's ass, you know? Like, some shit like that. Why can't we just do something like that? And I've always asked him about it, but I feel like, you know, maybe it was too hard for them to pitch it out or something. So, when I got to meet Yagoo-san, I didn't fucking hesitate. I was just like, you know, as much as I'm really happy to meet you, sir, and all this, let's talk business. I put on my fucking Gus Fring face mask on, and I was like, let's talk business, Yagoo-san. And Yagoo-san's like, okay, shit. What you want to talk about? And I was like, so, like, I'm pretty sure you like, you know, I mean, you came up with it as well, the whole guild theme, and I'm pretty sure you like this whole Chudy Bill themed shit, right? And he was like, yeah, you're not wrong, yeah. And I was like, how about we do these voice packs? But instead of it being like, I'm your boyfriend for Christmas, I'm your best friend helping you out, doing this, cooking together with you. Yeah, those are nice once in a while too, but we have this amazing fucking theme that runs with us. We are a guild. Adventurers, why don't we make lore voice packs? And it's like, okay, how do you want to do this? And then I gave him the exact breakdown of, okay, side story voice packs, right? You ever played Grand Blue Fantasy, my sir? And I don't think he said yes. Not that I remember of. But I remember he was talking about Final Fantasy back in the day. And we were bonding over that, you know? So I was like, okay, well, it can be Final Fantasy, right? Sure, right? You guys don't, you know, you guys already have like the main story solidified, but there's always side quests in these fantasy games that you play, right? Why don't we do these voice packs based off of the side quests that we go on or do? And Yagoo-san's like, hold up, this motherfucker cooking. And I was like, yes sir, I'm cooking. Trust me, this shit will be a banger. All these people have been fucking starving for over a year, including myself, wanting a fucking voice pack. And I was like, okay, we can definitely make it work. And I was like, yeah, but we gotta make it work, and we gotta see results, Yagoo-san. How about we set a date to do it? And I was like, and we're like, okay, when do we want to do it? Anniversary. And then Yagoo-san's like, okay, done, deal. Pitch it, let's go, let's do it. And we're like, okay. Deal is secured, done, shook hands on it, and we're like, okay, the rest is on us. We just gotta cook, and we just gotta do it. And that's how it went down, yeah. So, I mean, I really like lore. The reason why I really like it is because I'm a big fanboy of games like Grand Blue Fantasy, and I really do like the voice acting and the story that goes behind it. It's always amazing. And yeah, it just turned out really, really good, I guess. So I haven't really listened to all the other boys' voice pack yet, but all I know is that it adds up. So everyone is going out on their own adventure, but then at the end of the day, I think if you buy the whole set or something, you get like a bonus like voice pack where there's everyone in it or something, I think. So yeah, if you guys are interested in lore voice packs, definitely do go check it out. I really do like it. So damn, Saul Axel Goodman, you know what, I secured the deal, man. I closed it. I was like, done, easy, too easy. See you next week. But yeah, so that was very good. I'm glad it worked out. I had a lot of fun cooking that voice pack as well, and can't wait for more to come out in the future, you know, because now I'm pretty sure our team and, you know, management team knows as well that, hey, it's like now we can do lore voice pack as long as it doesn't really, you know, mess around with the original IP that is set on us. So that's something that's really good. Yeah, that is something that's very good. And also anniversary.
We'll take on any challenges, put up a fight. Today's a new day and we're ready for action.